Hi, third graders. For the next couple of lessons, we are going to be reviewing and looking at how nonfiction text features help us locate information more quickly. So, our reading focus today is I can use text features to locate information more quickly. One of the things I thought might help with this is just reviewing some nonfiction text features because it has been a little while since we've looked at this skill. We do a lot of reading of nonfiction in third grade because a lot of what we get tested on for the MCAs is nonfiction material. So, one of the important things to do is be able to know how to navigate nonfiction text features. There's actually some little kind of clues that you can use to help you understand the text a little bit more better, and those are understanding what the text features are, and that's what we're going to be looking at and reviewing today. So that's why I have this PowerPoint out, because I actually think it's really helpful to look at and has great examples of what certain nonfiction text features are. So we're going to be looking at that right now. So right here, the first slide we're looking at, it says, text features are the parts of a nonfiction book that help you find information easily or tell you more about the topic. And some examples are titles, table of contents, headings and subheadings, photographs, illustrations, diagrams, captions, bold words, glossary, index, electronic menu, and icons. Now, a lot of these we've been looking at this year, but like I said, I think it's really helpful to have a review right now to look at what certain text features are. So the first one is title, is the name of the book. So you can see on this book right here, it shows the title. Titles tell the reader the topic of the text. Titles show the main idea of the text. Remember, main idea is what the book is mostly about in a few words. Titles help the reader by letting them know what they are about to read. And titles focus the reader on a topic so they can make connections between what they already know in the text. So as soon as you're picking up a book and you're looking at that title, you should be thinking about what you know about that topic or that idea. So it lets you know what the book is going to be about. So sometimes if you're not quite sure, a good thing to look at if you're kind of reading and you're not quite sure about what the main idea is, a good thing is to always go back and look at that title. The next text feature is our table of contents. And table of contents is right at the beginning of the book and tells you where to locate certain kinds of information. So table of contents gives the heading and beginning page number for each section of the book. So it says the table of contents shows how the book is organized so you can find information more easily. It also says the heading titles give the reader an outline of what the book is about. Now, this relates to our reading focus, and tables of contents are really important with our reading focus about how to locate information more quickly. So you can see here in the table of contents, it says flowers, page 3, vegetables, page 9, fruit, page 12, trees, page 15, glossary, page 20, and our index is on page 24. So if I was trying to answer a question and it asked me a question about trees, I would know that I could go right back to my table of contents and say, oh, the information about trees starts on page 15. So I'd know I'd have to start looking back on page 15, and I wouldn't have to page through all of these other pages to find the information that I really want. So the table of contents is really handy, and it's like a shortcut to help us find the information that we really want and need. The next text feature we're looking at are headings and subheadings, how it divides the text into different sections. Okay? Headings tell the main idea of each section of text. So it's usually in big, bold, kind of title-y like letters. I don't think that's really a word, title-y like, above each section. So it says subheadings chunk text into smaller pieces under a heading. Headings and subheadings are printed at a larger bold type to make them stand out, and headings and subheadings help the reader to locate information in the text by telling them where to look. Okay, so it says right here for spelling tips, it's got a heading right here. And these all other sections right here with bold letters are subheadings. So they're kind of dividing it up into different groups, like learn words in groups, helpful phrases, picture the word in your head, break words into chunks, and make spelling fun. So if you're looking at this page and you're wondering again how to shortcut to the area, well, how do I break words into chunks? You know you can look for the subheading and go there automatically. The next text feature we're looking at are photographs. Now this is very different from illustrations, so it's good to know the difference. So photographs are a picture taken with a camera that shows how something looks in real life. Photographs show how something looks, which helps the reader better understand the topic they're reading about. Remember, photographs are something that are like a picture with a camera, where illustrations, we're going to be looking at those next, are drawings. So the next one is illustrations. A hand-drawn picture. Illustrations help the reader see what is being talked about in the text. We've looked at a lot of different books with illustrations this year. I remember one of the books we read was about beavers that had a lot of illustrations. The next text feature we're looking at are diagrams, or a drawing that shows different parts of something. You see a lot of diagrams in nonfiction text, and diagrams are really helpful to go back and really look at, because remember, we want to look at pictures to really enhance about what we're reading. And these diagrams help because they're showing us where certain things are. So diagrams show the reader the parts of something to help them better understand what is in the text. Diagrams include labels for each part. So you can see in this picture the flower, it shows the flower, the stem, the leaf, and the roots. The next text feature we're looking at are captions. And with many of my reading groups this year, we've been really making sure that when we read, we're really reading the captions, because they give us lots of information that oftentimes the text does not. So captions are the words next to or below a picture that tells what it is or what it is about. So a caption explains what's shown in a photograph or illustration. Captions help the reader understand information that may or may not be in the text. Captions are really important to read because, like I said, they oftentimes have extra information that's not directly in the body of the text. And so sometimes when we get asked questions, that information is actually in the captions and not always in the body of the text. So it's kind of a sneaky thing, but we need to make sure we're reading the captions as well. The next text feature are bold words. Bold words are important words that are darker than the text around them. Bold words tell the reader to pay attention. These words are important. Bold words can be used for titles, headings, and keywords like important vocabulary words. Sometimes the important words will be in a different color or in italics. That's kind of like a slanted font that kind of sets it apart. Sometimes the meaning of the important words can be found in the glossary, and the glossary is at the end of the book and kind of lists the words out like a dictionary and their definitions. So right here is the glossary. Tells what important words mean. The glossary is always at the end of the book. A glossary is like a small dictionary of words. It tells or shows what words mean. The words in the glossary are in alphabetical order. See FFS, so it says flower FL, fruit FR, and seed S comes after that. The words in the glossary were used in the book, and a glossary is usually found at the end of the book or near the back. The next is the index, and the index is kind of familiar. It's a lot like the table of contents, but the index comes at the end of the book. So an index is listed in alphabetical order. An index is found near at the end of a text. An index is a way to quickly find information that is in the text. The reader can use keywords or people's names to help them locate information in the text. The index gives the page number where you can find the information. So think of the index kind of like the table of contents, but at the end of the book. Books usually have nonfiction books usually have either an index or a table of contents. So it's good to look in the front and the back of the book if you're trying to locate information quickly. We're not going to look at electronic menu or icon for right now, but I do really like this ending. It says, why are text features important? It says text features help the reader to quickly find important information. Text features teach the reader about the topic, and text features can help the reader answer questions about a topic and the text that they are reading. For your work today, you are going to do, it's a worksheet below that locates certain text features and shows, just gives the definition of certain text features. So make sure you're finishing that assignment and submitting it today. If you have any questions or can't remember what certain text features are, you can rewind this video and watch it again. I hope you guys have a great day.